We're so excited about tonight's event because it really does bring together some of the elements that are most important to our mission, which is really thoughtful, poetic visual art, thoughtful and sophisticated food and wine and cocktails, and just wonderful people and conversations.
We're very, very grateful to all of you for being here and showing your interest in this combination of art, food, and the environment together as a theme, and as Sabine mentioned, as what we're hoping really here is to create this new cultural community around care for the environment.
So first moment of food for thought is Kalie in conversation with you, Amy, and then we will go to the main scene here where Jonathan will be in conversation with Kalie and Maria, and then 8 p.m. all the salons will be open for you, and you will have special time with all these inspiring people.
This installation was the idea to make awareness about our interdependence to the living things. The idea it was to make a parallel between land and sea, but also to each time I came back with one piece, I would like to take care of them at their most more fragile point and reinforce them. So for me, this yarn, it was a way to heal them and to care of them.
On my business card, which is strange things to have these days, it says, embracing nature's technology. And maybe I'm lazy, but my thought is that we can look to natural systems through biomimicry and mirror those in our decisions for policy and as a way forward for society.
And it has the systems already in place, biomimicry, as you said. And so food is one of our most visceral and intimate experiences we have. And so it can be a very powerful connection with nature and learning about it. So nature, like oysters. Oysters filter 50 gallons of water a day of the algae out. It makes it so sunlight comes down to the eelgrass, and it creates habitat for other creatures. It also contours bays to save us from storms and sea level rise. And so, we can eat oysters and we can encourage oyster farms. We can also say, how can we be more like the oyster? How can we, what are ways that we can actually benefit everything else in our ecosystem?
And we're really good as a species at optimization. We're really bad at choosing what to optimize for. And when we're out of sync with the natural systems around us, which are working in the context of tens of thousands of years, we have false hope sometimes around things that we consider a win, whether that's modern agriculture, mechanization, or other things. And so for me, slowing down is making sure that I acknowledge the system that I exist within and that it's moving at a much different pace than I, and making sure that just stays contextual.
So I tried to have each dish kind of tell a story of one of these ecosystems, and that the ecosystems are interconnected with each other, and usually through kelp and seaweed. A kelp and mushroom slider with uni aioli.
This is kind of for everybody. The farmer, the chef, the artist. What do we do? I'm a journalist and I write about things so that people will care or change their minds. How do we change their minds and make people care about what's around them?
Years ago, I worked on the ocean in Alaska as a commercial fisherwoman, and I was in some storms. And what I've learned was that the ocean is far more powerful than anything we can possibly imagine. So we're not working to save the ocean, we're working to save ourselves. The ocean will continue, and the ocean will continue to have creatures in it. We are killing our own food sources. We are hurting ourselves. So I think, when we say, how do we save the ocean, we need major systemic change so that we are keystone species and we are making the world better for all the other species. And we need that, it has to be systemic. You know, we can go and we can look at our Monterey Bay Aquarium card before we choose seafood all we want. but we need major systemic change. So welcome to the delicious future of farming.